Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Power Rangers Samurai Bull Megazord for review number 200. It's not review 200. If you've been around a while, there was old videos. They're gone. I got rid of them. I slightly regret it now. But hey, that's growing, I guess, you know? And this is the new one here with the Bull Megazord, which it's not just going to be the Bull Megazord. I've already taken a look at the other Samurai Zords. And since I have them, yes, that means it's going to be Gigazord o'clock. That's what it's called. Things to note, I am missing a part here, and I don't have the discs correct. The one I got on eBay was really cheap. It had one disc, which was this white one over here. Came with it. Not even the correct one. The correct ones are like red. This comes from the kind of sword toy that I had as a kid, and I found the disc, and I was like, oh my god, I did it. I completed it, except for this hinge, which is kind of important later on, but not super important to the point where it's like, oh no, that doesn't work without it. It actually kind of works in a benefit, in a way. But this is the Bull Megazord's Zord form, which is just this bull with a chariot. The chariot is blatantly just a pair of legs. It rolls, it does stuff, it's cool. It has some guns, it has a giant gun, which that's what that little hinge over there is for. There would be another panel where it would go on to. So it's supposed to have two of those, but mine only has the one. And I mean, that's like the worst of it, honestly. As long as you got these wheels, or at least some kind of substitute, you're fine. Again, not correct. Not correct, but they're pretty good nonetheless. I mean, they're fine. They work. That's basically the Bull. The Bull's really bad, in my opinion. It's just a really bad alt mode, or Zord. It just is. Just, like, fold them over. Like, to transform it up into a Megazord, we're going to first turn it this way, stand it up. To continue the conversion, it's an, again, very basic thing. Remove the gun. Take off the arms here and just shove them on, flip down those guns, open up this to reveal the face, and give him his gun. And there we have the Bull Megazord in the combined form, well, not combined, but regular Megazord form. And it's certainly a thing. I mean, I actually like the look of the Megazord, I'm not gonna lie. Black, red, and white. Pretty killer combo, especially with the gold accents. I mean, it's a good-looking Megazord. I do like the look of it. I like the horns, but it's a shame the basic Zord sucks. It's cool, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't really do anything on its own, though. I mean, it's there. It has a gun, as we've seen. That's different. There is that. That's very different. I like how the little thing, like connector here, it almost looks like an ammo belt or something feeding into the minigun, which is cool. It's a cool little detail. He has shoulder cannons. I'm not sure really what he is, honestly. He's certainly just a big Megazord. That's essentially the Megazord. Not really much to say on him. I mean, he's nice, he's cool, he's whatever, but the meat and potatoes of this guy is the combination, if I'm being completely honest with you, which is going to take a little bit of time. Most of this review is probably going to end up being that combination. I'm not going to lie to you. So we're going to start getting things ready for the combination, first and foremost. And to get him ready, first thing you want to do, remove his gun, which is pretty easy. Fold these away. Remove his arms outright. Don't need those, at least not on him. And then we are going to take the discs off the legs, which is pretty easy. And you're also going to remove his chest crest, leaving you with the husk of this Megazord. The next thing we're going to do, though, is come up top, pull this part up, which I might have to pull the camera up a little bit to show here, because it's a little high up. So essentially, you're going to pull that up, and you're going to put the disc on there. You're going to take the other disc, and that is going to go on to the gun. And that is going to peg in there, like so. And that's essentially that for now, because you do have to also bring it up a good bit. To about there, and fold down the shin guards. And there we have that. That's essentially the bull as a whole. This is going to be really tall. This is going to be stupid tall. All right, now we have to get these two guys ready, which is another thing onto its own. So first and foremost, just remove the swords for now. And essentially what you're going to end up doing with these two is making the Ultra Zord. Essentially. There's a couple parts, though, that are going to be left out. One of which being that, and the other of which being the Clawzord arms. Remove them, put them off to the side. Pretty basic. And then from there, you're going to do this, fold him down, and just do the typical thing. Just fold back Hank into its circle form. And then from here, I'm going to skip this part just because I do have the review up on the other one. It's pretty basic, but I'm essentially just going to put it to where it needs to be. Okay, so essentially I have it where we need to have it, which is right here. So basically from here, what we're going to do is make the typical helmet assembly, which I didn't put in, but you're going to add the Clawzord's little face sections to it. So there's some pegs that are just on there. So you can see they're pretty much just chilling. And you just peg the respective parts in like so. And then fold up the little front legs as much as you need to, and then fold down the face. And then add that on there to start getting the head crest. And I do mean start, because this is not the end of the head crest. And as you can see, it is almost touching the top. Almost. It is really, really close to touching the top. Anyway, from here, we're actually going to need part of the Squid Zord. So you're going to need the chest piece of the Squid Zord. And we're going to take that chest piece that we took off of the Bull Zord, and that's just going to clamp into that. And then you're going to put this on the chest. From there, you're going to then take the Bull Zord arms, which is pretty easy. Just take that, put them there like so. And then we're going to need the Battle Zord here. And you're just going to take the tiger's legs off, which is pretty easy as well. So for the tiger's legs, what you do with them is they just peg simply onto the arms, just like that. So just take them, put them on the respective arms. Doesn't matter the orientation. I like to put one of the flat ones and then one of the ones that actually spin on each arm. And essentially, that gets you done of that, except we can also add the Shark Sword, because the Shark Sword, genuinely, and I do mean this, doesn't actually do anything in the entire combination. I own it, so I'm just going to use it. And you can also give him the regular sword if you want as well. So, do that, give him his weapons, ta-da! He fell over. Okay, and now you can kind of see how uneven the white border is. You've probably seen it for a little bit. But we're back with this piece because we need to actually add stuff to it. The first thing you're going to want to add to it is the Clawzord arms. So take them, make sure they're in their lobster formation. And they're going to probably, it looks like they have to be leaned back a little bit, or he has to just be touching the wall, which actually is impossible because we got to add more to the back. So we're going to then come around to the back here, and we're losing stuff again from the Battle Zord. Remove the Battle Zord head. Take it and add that on there. I actually did forget a step for the original. That's really the only kibble of the bunch. Remove the tiger head. Put the swordfish head back on because it fell off. Like so. And then from there, you're going to take the head of the Squid Zord And the tail of the swordfish, mine's broken. I've mentioned it in the past. It's broken. The clips broke after years. This was a toy, so it is used a good bit. Most of it is mine original, except for the squid and the bowl. I got those later. Anyway, stick that on there, rotate it around, and we're almost done. We actually have 3 pieces, yes, 3, that are not really usable. Actually, I forgot the actual Eilt and Turtle Zord placements. I'm stupid. It's been a while since I've done it. They're actually, and I do mean this, they're supposed to go on the feet. So you see how there's pegs down there? They actually go on there. Now this would look a lot better if this turned into a triangle, but that doesn't turn into a triangle in the American version, which is a little unfortunate. And then the other thing I did forget, I'm just going to pan this over because it's just too busy. Honestly, it's just way too busy in there, is the kibble. So we flip out that section. You're going to take these parts here. They're going to fold down. And you're just going to take it and put it on like a butt flap. I kid you not. That's the only thing you could do with it, if I can get it on. There we are. Stick that on there, and then the side that I don't have the peg on, I just peg the little shield section there on. And now we have to, once again, move in here where it is completely unreasonably crowded. This thing is not fun. And I do mean that. This thing is massive, and it's taking up so much space that it is hard to get anything going. So you're going to want to clip, once again, pan up. The gun goes into the back part of the main Megazord helmet, and then down here, this part here, which is usually 2 of, but I only have the 1 of, goes on to the Lion Zord arm peg. And that completes this monstrosity of a thing. Holy crap. This is the first one I ever completed the entire, like, big series gestalt. I never did it until this one. That was the main reason I wanted to do it. As a kid, I had most of the Zords. I never got the bull, and I never got the squid. And years later, I have the money to do so, so I completed it. And, yeah, this thing is so stupid. It's crazy. I love it. The head gear is so dumb. Look at the helmet on the thing. It is absurd. I have to hold the tripod. I mean, I could just aim it up, but I think it's easier just to hold it. It is absurd. Everything about it is absurd. Again, ruined by triangle down here not being triangular. It's supposed to be a triangle. The Japanese one does it. This one doesn't because American Bandai cheaped out. Sword, it's whatever, you know? It does whatever it does. The helmet is, it's wonderful. Like I said, I love the helmet. It's so absurd. It has a gun in it. The back has the Battle Zord on it. There's just so much going on here. It is just, it's a joy to look at. That is how I'm going to put it. It is a joy to look at this thing. It is that absurd. It is an absurd looking monstrosity of a thing. Was it worth all the time and waiting? Maybe. I don't think it was bad. Overall, I like this a lot. The Bull Zord itself is kind of mid, but the combination is just so wacky and wonderful. It's a bit of a mess, though, which is that me filming it didn't help. It's a very big mess of a combination to do. But God, is it worth it in the end. And honestly, it's pretty good. I have no complaints on it. It's what it is. It's exactly what I want a giant super robot to be, a giant cluster of random things put together into a big robot. It's amazing. And that's really all I have to say on this guy. I want to thank you guys for watching the videos. The review 200 again. It's like, I don't know what this one actually would be. I have no idea. Probably like 300 and some. But either way, I mean, I want to thank you guys. Again, we're getting closer to 500 subscribers, which is pretty good. I'd like to see that by the end of the year. That's what I want. That's the goal. Trying to expand out again. We got more Black Series, which you might have seen when I panned over. Look at that. We've started the wall. But hey, we're always expanding a little more every now and then. Went from Transformers, a bit of Power Rangers, into Dragon Ball, and here we are. It's a celebration review. If anyone watches it, I don't know. I hope so, though. But that is really all for this review. This has been my review of the Power Rangers Samurai Bull Megazord and Power Rangers Samurai Giga Zord. This has been Eilt Eilt Elite, signing out.